What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight? Southern Guy here. Award to the exclusive WWE Raw review results reactions for Monday Night Raw for Monday, November the 16th, the go home show for Monday Night Raw tonight. We kicked off with Drew McIntyre coming down in the ring and welcomes us to Monday Night Raw. They hop up Survivor Series tonight. We also seen that the Universal Champion Roman Reigns says he's not worried about Drew McIntyre and not Orton. After tonight, Drew says Reigns has to put himself on a pedestal so high above everyone else and has his head so high up his ass. Drew says he will win the title tonight. Claymore Reigns back to Earth on Sunday at Survivor Series. Randy Orton interrupts talking about being the WWE champion, so that he is the finds his hands on the WWE producer at appears, doesn't even finalize him because he's been fined suspended more than anyone else over the years, and he's still on the top because he's the greatest ever. Drew goes on about he will win the title tonight. That's fair cheer or. Finally, at Drew back at Miz and John Morrison are coming out. Miz interrupts and says that they will be sitting at ringside for tonight's WWE title match and tease a Money in the Bank cash-in. Also, we've seen the Fiend Bray Wyatt heading out at the Firefly Funhouse last week because he's afraid of Miz. And Morrison and Miz are going to go about change is coming up, and Drew McIntyre can do nothing about it. Drew approaches him and then they say retreat to the floor, laughing at him as he looks back. Something tonight, announcers hype up the new title match in the main event. We're going to go to the first match of the night. Lana, Shayna Baszler, and Nia Jax versus Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Asuka tonight. Winners of this match were Asuka, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke. After the match, Asuka celebrates as her music hits. The furious Jax starts preparing the announce table for Baszler to toss Lana out onto the tour, but to the Team Raw they said they will leave, but Nia Jax puts Lana through the Samoan drop for the nighttime. We get Charlotte Calusa approaching Dana Brooke outside the changers room. In the back, she said Manny's arm is bad shape, and Nia Jax was out of line, suddenly attacked and beats Brooke down as officials tried to break it up. With the Raw Tag Team title match tonight, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin vs. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Tag Team titles are all alive. Following we've seen this match, Xavier, Shelton Benjamin. Following we've seen the whoops into the thing. We see Cedric drops the mic. We see New Day, Cedric off. Kofi, Shelton Benjamin off the floor with Trouble in Paradise. Then Woods tags in and hits a big double team Daybreaker on Cedric for the win and the pin to retain. Winners, the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston retain the tag team titles. After the match, the champs celebrate as they stand tall and music goes to replays. We get the New Day pose with the titles. Tom Phillips hypes up Sunday's match against the Street Profits. Get Shane and Kevin jumping up with Drew McIntyre about leaving a wooden. Get Retribution versus Riddle, Keith Lee, Sheamus, and Braun Strowman. Winners of this match tonight was Retribution. You see Strowman sends Sheamus into the floor. They're arguing, and tension load to the Retribution getting the win and the pin. Retribution defeats Sheamus and Braun Strowman. After the match, Ali hits his crew, hit the floor ramp to celebrate. As AJ Styles looks over at fans boo. Team Raw continues to argue. Not looking good for Team Raw. They keep arguing. And they're supposed to be banned together at SmackDown this week, Sunday. Nikki Cross and looking for Alexa Bliss. And the Kingston men after the Fiend crossed. Fiend says he never give up on each other. And the Fiend has a thirsty Bliss. Cross said no matter what happens, she will get Bliss away from the Fiend. Get Jeff Hardy and Elias playing the guitar back in the back. When Jeff Hardy walks up to ask about what's the justice for someone tries to end his career. Hardy asked about many times that he didn't do Elias with a car. Hit Elias with a car. What happened? Only he knows what happened that night. Hardy shoves Elias up against the wall and says he's going to be found guilty of a lot of worse things. Elias keeps accusing him. Hardy leaves and Elias isn't happy. We get The Miz versus Bray Wyatt one-on-one versus The Fiend. The Fiend ended up winning his sister Abigail in the middle of the ring for the pin and the win. Bray Wyatt defeats The Miz. After the match, Bliss walks the barricades. Wyatt cheers to head up the ramp. The familiar machine challenge. The Fiend starts up. We see the Fiend on the big screen. Wyatt and Bliss stop to stare up. We hype up Survivor Series tonight. Lacey Evans joined Raw Women's Tag Women's. Asuka now quickly hype up for her Survivor Series match against the Raw SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks. We get WWE title match in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Of course, the winner of this match in the main event, which was Drew McIntyre in the main event. Big Drew yells, goes through the table, crashes through the table. Drew finally sends things on Orton, breaks it back into the ring for close 2 count. Claiborne now on Randy Orton blocks it with a power slap. They both at ringside now. Orton drops draped on it off with a DDT on the announce table. It's bleeding from his back. He brings Drew in back in the ring on the apron, hits another second draping DDT. Orton goes for the RKO, but it's blocked. Drew covers right back in with a Claiborne for the pin and the win to win the WWE title. Winner and new WWE champion Drew McIntyre defeats Randy Orton in the main event of Monday Night Raw. After the match, Drew sits up with the WWE title. Music hits, go to replays. Drew looks into the camera with a Survivor Series warning. The WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Drew hits the corner and poses. Fans cheer. We get another replay. Drew is up the ramp with the title as Raw goes off the air. Tonight we got new WWE Champion in the main event, guys. What do y'all think about that? Drew McIntyre becoming the new WWE Champion will face Roman Reigns, who is the Universal Champion, the High Chief at Survivor Series this Sunday on the WWE Network. Also, we will see Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, who will retain their titles tonight. They will verse the Street Profits, who are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, on Sunday at Survivor Series. Guys, we got great news for us. The Luchador might be making an appearance again, which is exciting. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up as hard as you can. Hit that bell off notifications. Subscribe to the channel right here at the Southern Guy Podcast right here on YouTube.com. That is your Raw review for November the 16th, 2020, right here on the channel. I got great news concerning wrestling. Yes, I will be probably making my wrestling appearance coming here soon. We'll start training and then make it in ring. Then making a ring appearance. Being on the show and performing. And also we'll see the Luchador probably making a big return to the channel for the podcast as well, which is he's going to be making his, hyping up his big in-ring career for the Alabama Wrestling Federation. But that's a review. Hit the thumbs up. Like I said, don't miss. We'll be back, guys, on Wednesday with Dynamite right here on the view on the channel.